I understand. I get it. But the thing about it is, we die at the end of this. There's not a single exception to the rule. This has to come off a little bit, but not all the way because, like, I really like it a lot. It's giving Galleria Garibaldi. Do me a favor, grab a pencil or a pen and some paper. Grab it, please. Write down every last reason why. If there was a person, if it was a thing that was said to you that made you afraid to try and to be seen trying, to doubt yourself and to place limits on yourself, write it down. Write it down. Pause this, and when you're done, come back. Pause it. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Please do. Okay, is it done? All right. Thank you. Give me that. Give me that. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't care how many businesses there are of the same type. I don't care how many books have already been written, how many songs have been written and sung, and dances have been danced, performed, plays, stores opened. You have something inside of you. You have a gift. You have a talent. You have a craft, something that you've honed, a skill. Even if it's a little seed of something, you're just starting to get there. That is something that can change your life, even if it's a part of your life. That is something that can play a huge role in your life. And it can also play in the role of the lives around you as far as inspiring other people. I can understand being afraid of failure. I can understand not having somebody to support you, somebody to say, hey, you're doing a great job, or hey, I see you. Hey, I see the work that you're putting in. Be that cheerleader. The people who will support you, the people who are happy to see what you can put out, they're happy to taste the food that you're going to make, to wear the clothing that you're going to make, to listen to the songs and find music that really speaks to their soul that you made. The people who can appreciate your plumbing services, everything. They may not be in your circle right now. They may not be in plain view right now. Eventually, somebody's going to see it outside of somebody else seeing it. You have to see that for yourself. If you lay awake at night and you think about the things that you want to do, if you wake up in the morning and think about the things that you want to do, if you're on the job and you're thinking about how this could be better, how you want to start this business, how you want to do X, Y, and Z, do it. Eventually, you may be less afraid of being seen while trying to do it. But the thing about it is, we're all going to make mistakes. Half the time, people aren't really looking at you. The other half, some people may be. Some people are silently cheering you on. Some people are talking crap about you, either to your face or behind your back, very much so. Some people are going to critique the heck out of it. What the heck are they doing, though? Riddle me that. For the ones who have so much to say, for the ones who have so much to say about every step that you take, the things that you create, what flaws there, what could be better, it's one thing to offer constructive criticism. It is another to be destructive with your words, to crush the dreams of others, to add your unnecessary, unwanted, unqualified 2 cents on what somebody else is doing. Frankly, whoever made you feel some type of way, hello, send them here. Send them. I could strike a home run with their nasty opinion. Send the opinion there. Just hit it out of the park because it's not welcome. The thing about being afraid to be seen trying is I can't say that it ever really goes away. Maybe for some people it does. Maybe for some situations it does. But the thing about it is your confidence, the skill set that you acquire, the skill set that you build, the experiences that you acquire, the materials, the resources, all of that grows. And in comparison to the fear that you had with being seen, with being critiqued, with slipping up, eventually I think it's going to pale in comparison to all of the wonderful things that you've built. The fear to be seen trying something that scares you, something that's bigger than what you can see in front of you right now, that's going to hold you back so much. That's going to hold you back from achieving a newer level of confidence. That's going to hold you back from actually going out to doing that thing. It could hold you back financially. That can be the thing that gets you into the rooms and the places that you want to be in. And frankly, you probably should be in. You probably should be in the rooms where they're making big decisions on what to do next, on what to put out, on what to take back. You could be creating your own freaking room and putting other people in those rooms. You can be creating your own lane. So do it anyway. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that it's simple. I'm saying do it. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Because if you're anything like me, there's always something else. And unfortunately, part of that came from somebody else who also had so much to say. Part of that came from constantly being critiqued. And you know what? I look at some of my old YouTube videos, crusty, just chopped, okay? But you know what? I did it anyway. This, I'm sure I'll look back at it and be like, you could have done something a little bit different. Like, I'm looking at the lighting right now. Hold on. I just kind of adjusted it and I just made it worse. But you know what? Whatever, I'm going to put it out anyway. It might be a little bit crunchy. The message is still important. And I did it anyway. Knowing that there could be somebody right now who doesn't really like me, who's hating on me, and would love to see this get like 1.5 view for 30 seconds. I don't care. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start with what you have right now. Starting with what you have right now is going to be something that teaches you creativity. It forces creativity. It forces you to figure things out. It forces you to think on your feet. It forces you to figure out a way to make whatever you're trying to do happen. Don't wait to have everything. Don't wait to have the most expensive piece of this equipment. Steve Lacy used to make beats on his iPhone, and I think it was a free app. Don't quote me. He used to make beats on his phone, on his iPhone. Y'all have iPhones and the Google phones or whoever it is. Make it anyway. Look at him now. Look at him now. Tyler the Creator wasn't always doing things at the current status that he's doing things. Beyonce, like most people had to build up. Work was put in. The first thing that you do, even it could be a couple of years out and you're still doing something and it may not be as big as you want it to be, but that's still a part of your journey. Even if you've failed, a lot of businesses don't make it past the first year. Even if you failed, you figured out what didn't work. You know what it took to get something up and running. You still did something. There was a point where you hadn't done anything. That's an accomplishment still. If it didn't work, it didn't work. Okay, that's all right. Aaliyah said, if at first you don't succeed, to dust yourself off and try again. Hello. So do it. Do it. Maybe your belly is a little bit bigger than you want it to be in the dress, but it's still a cute dress. Get you a good sucker man and put the dress on. The leave out doesn't quite match. Put it on. It's yours. You bought it. You don't have a following. You don't have a whole lot of Instagram followers. Okay? Put your stuff out. Put your stuff out anyhow. You can figure it out. But if you don't do it, if you don't do the thing that is calling you, if you don't do the thing that you can't stop thinking about, if you don't do the thing that you really, really, truly want to do, or say the thing that you really, really, truly want to say, and deep down you know you need to say it, that's going to eat at you. And one day you're going to wake up and have regrets and probably be a grouchy old person that nobody wants to be around because you're filled with bitterness and resentfulness because you didn't do what you wanted to do and you see somebody else doing it. Don't do that. Niecy Nash Betts, she said there's a difference between a calling and a hobby. I don't know this lady. She doesn't know me. But those are my aunties. Niecy Nash Betts and Jessica Betts, those are my aunties. Don't be scared to do the hobby either. I think deep down inside, you know what you're supposed to do. And if you don't know yet, keep living, keep searching, keep getting still. Continue to get still and listen and pay attention. And you're going to figure out what it is. You are. It isn't always immediate. Sometimes it takes a little while to get there. Sometimes it's more than one thing. It doesn't always mean that it's huge, it's grandiose, and the whole entire world can see it. Sometimes it's in the community. Sometimes it's within your family, but it's that staple in the neighborhood. And that alone can inspire so many people. You might not even think it. It just might become regular to you. I'm talking a lot. I'm talking a lot here, but I say all this to say, don't let the fear of being seen while you try to get to your destination stop you. If you're worried about what people have to say, get used to that now. Get used to that now, because when you get closer, people are still going to have something to say. And when you get there, people are still going to have something to say. And you're not going to make everybody happy. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. You got to find your lane, and your people are going to find you. Create your lane and your people will find you. You got to do your thing. Do me a good favor, please. The sheet where you wrote down everything that, God, I sound country. The sheet where you wrote down the reasons why you thought you couldn't, the reasons that you were afraid to be seen. Metaphorically set it on fire. Bury it. I don't know. Put some barbecue sauce on it and feed it to your enemies. Saute it really good with some sausage, peppers, and onions, and feed it to the people who don't believe in you. You have to be honest with yourself. If any of what you wrote down, okay, that's like a real, actual, like a problem or something that can really be tweaked, okay, look at it, assess it, come up with a plan. If somebody has something to say, kick them to the curb. There's always going to be somebody who has something negative to say. Is the tree that's giving shade bearing any fruit? Is it bearing the fruit that you even eat? Are you allergic to that fruit? Look at the fruit. Is it edible? Is the tree raggedy? A lot of people have a lot of things to say. Sometimes, unfortunately, it will be some of the closest people to you. Every now and then, it may be somebody who once rooted for you. It sounded good when you said it, but now that they see you getting a little bit closer, they don't like that. This isn't going to be all the time. This is not going to be everybody. This is not going to be every friend. Sometimes people are in secret competition. Doesn't that just make you want to throw up? Like, that just makes me want to lose my lunch. You have to do your thing. People are going to say what they want to say. Some people are really unhappy with themselves. Some people, and this isn't everybody, some people are miserable. Some people cannot see past their own limitations. Some people cannot see past what they have seen with their own naked eye. If something is in your heart, sometimes you have to shut up. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I firmly believe in shutting up about what you want to do and where you want to go, because everybody is not going to be happy for you. Everybody can't even see it. It's not even always about like anybody trying to be vindictive or not believing in you. They cannot fathom the luxuriosity that lies within. Their mind, it just won't go there. It won't go there. It doesn't always mean that they're a hater. It doesn't always mean that they're jealous. It doesn't. You just got to do what you got to do. If you get wrapped up in what people are saying, you won't go further than the front yard. That thing that's calling your soul, that career, that field, that song that is calling you to write, the freaking meal, it doesn't matter. There can be 10,000 people posting videos on recipes, whatever, post yours. They're not doing it like you. I mean, there's but so many ways to cook chicken, so what? You can have a flair that resonates with some people. Maybe this can be something that takes me into a different direction. But I wouldn't have known if I didn't do the thing. You got to do it anyway. Just do it anyway. I think you're going to feel so much better. I know things are weird. The internet is kind of a weird place, and not in the cutesy, quirky kind of a way. You see what's going on. If you don't, just buckle up. Step into the direction that you want to go. Step, even if you can't see, even if you don't know what comes next. Take that first step. Put out that first video, put out that first song, whatever it is. You can do it. All right. Yeah. I'm glad you came here. I personally don't believe in coincidence. I think that you stumbled upon this for a reason, whether you clicked on it or if the algorithm did what it did and it needed to remind you of who the fresh heck you were. Do you know who you are? Do you remember who you are? Look at your ancestors. Do you know who they are? Do you know what they've lived through? Do you understand the power in your bloodline, in all those who come before you, in you, in those around you. It's time for you to step up and to do whatever it is. And you can do it. I'm not going to sit here and say, don't be scared, because what I'm not about to do is deny your feelings. What I'm not about to do is say that you won't be anxious, or that it's not okay to be anxious or to be afraid. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say you can do it in spite of that. You can do it through all of that. And in time, it'll get easier. Like and subscribe if the spirit moves you. Thank you so much for coming. Encourage yourself and encourage somebody else today. Alrighty. Peace out.